You've probably heard the phrase, you are what you eat. But what you may not consider is that what you eat also becomes your mind. It becomes your emotions. It becomes your ability to do the next right thing on the path of your addiction recovery. I'm Jamie from Growing Balance, and for over 20 years I've been an expert in nutrition. And in the last 6 years, since I became sober from my alcohol addiction, I've focused very much on applying what I've learned about nutrition to my own ongoing addiction recovery. Now, even during the time that I was drinking, I was well aware of nutrition, and I tried to eat well when I wasn't eating like total crap because I just didn't care. But, I tried to do funny things. I justified a lot of stuff in my addiction. For example, I knew that lemon is very cleansing for the liver. So I would drink my vodka with nothing but organic lemon juice and ice made from filtered water, because I thought, well, that's kind of pure and cleansing for the liver, even though the alcohol is damaging it. So it's all in balance, right? So even back then I was trying to grow balance, but I'm doing a better job at growing balance today. I look back and think that's funny, but at the time it seemed perfectly normal. But as we do come into our addiction recovery more and more one day at a time, it's important to begin to eat better for our ongoing recovery in order to give our body the nourishment it needs. And B vitamins are especially important. They are critical for our energy metabolism. They provide our cells, the mitochondria, the little power plants in our cells. They produce our energy for our muscles and our breathing and our heartbeat. That all is made possible by B vitamins. Also our thyroid hormones, our body's ability to regulate temperature, and also, very importantly, our neurotransmitters, our very nervous system, the chemistry and the circuitry, the wires that are our nerves that run our bodies and our minds, those do not function properly without adequate B vitamins. And so when I say what you eat becomes your mind, if we're deficient in B vitamins, we actually don't think as clearly. Our emotions can become more imbalanced. We can have depression and anxiety and have difficulty doing the next right thing for our addiction recovery because we're not giving our body the fuel that it needs in order to create the system, the chemistry, and the mechanics of good, healthy living in our ongoing recovery. So it's very key. Now, addiction recovery often finds people deficient in these B vitamins. We're all kind of deficient some way on different levels, I know. But by deficient, we're not getting enough of these nutrients in our food choices. Certainly in our active addiction, often, like if you're like me, we were eating like crap and didn't really care. And over time, especially with alcohol addiction, our bodies become less able to absorb these B vitamins even if we're getting them in to the system. And so it's important in an ongoing way to nourish the body with adequate B vitamins, preferably from food choices, the things that we put in our mouth. And I don't like the term diet because a diet is kind of something you do and then you go off it for a while and maybe back on, and it's a yo-yo. Food choices are the things that we do every day, the choices we make to put the nourishment into our body or not. So where do we get B vitamins? From our whole food choices. From whole foods. By this I mean foods that are not refined or processed. For example, brown rice, whole grain bread. And by whole grain I mean that it's got actual whole grain in it. Don't be confused, because just because bread is brown doesn't mean it's whole grain. The flour might be refined flour, but it might not be bleached. So it's brown, but it's not whole grain. So look on the label. You absolutely want to see whole grain in your breads and cereals. Brown rice instead of white rice, legumes, beans, peas. Legumes include peanuts and lentils and that whole family of proteins. And also leafy greens like spinach are very healthy. The B vitamins are found in a lot of food, eggs and dairy products. Except B12 is found only in animal products. So if you are a vegetarian or especially a vegan, it's important to supplement with B12 because that nutrient is really key for the nerves, the health of the insulation around the nerves. And so if you're a vegan especially, taking a B12 supplement under the tongue is highly advisable. I'm not a doctor or licensed nutritionist, but this is something that I've learned and that I do for myself. So I'm just sharing the information that I've gathered and how I apply it in my own life. And so as you can see, there are a lot of ways to get these vitamins into our system. They're water soluble, which means that we pee out the extra, which is why often people who take a B vitamin supplement might have very yellow urine in the next time they pass. And so because these vitamins are not stored in our body like some of the others, we have to get them in our food choices on a very regular basis, which means trying to eat healthy throughout the day, throughout our 7-day week and beyond. So I really invite you to take to heart this notion that what you eat becomes your mind. Not just your body, not just your energy level, but the food that you put into your mouth every day, one bite at a time, one day at a time, becomes your ability, your brain's ability, your heart's ability, your gut's ability to, and by gut I mean the emotions of our gut feelings about what the next right thing is, connecting with our conscience, our inner guidance. Some people call it higher power, our spiritual side. Whatever words that we put on these concepts of that inner knowing of what it takes to take the next right step, to turn away from the darkness of our past and latch on to the possibility of a continued bright future. How do we do that unless we give our brains, our hearts, our emotions the power that they need with the nutrients that are required in order to construct a healthy reality one day at a time? What you eat becomes your mind and your emotions and your decision to do the next right thing for your ongoing addiction recovery. And that's true for me, I know it's true for you, and it's true for our friends in our community. So please help me get this information out there to other people. If you're not already receiving a weekly email from me with a video like this, then please head on over to growingbalance.com. Just like I'm growing my ongoing nutrition awareness and education, I'm growing my ability to breathe and connect in the moment and with the next right thing on my recovery. So as I'm growing all these things, we are growing balance. So head on over to growingbalance.com. If you offer me your email address, I'd love to include you on my education offerings. And if you would maybe please feel like it, scroll down, give me a like or a comment, and I'd love it if you'd share this with other people that may find the information helpful as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to connecting with you. Shoot me an email. Let me know what's going on with you, what questions you have, and how I can help you on your path one day at a time with everyday tools for addiction recovery. Again, I'm Jamie from growingbalance.com, and thank you so much. Enjoy today. Breathe well. Grateful for one more day.